The sole law of the stars was shattered. Humanity retaliated mercilessly. Ethan Cole sat in the small command chair of the starship Endeavour, his hands resting lightly on the console. The stars outside the window stretched endlessly, black and dotted with cold points of light. Ethan's eyes were steady, but inside he felt a growing unease. He had been in space for a long time, exploring the edges of known human space. But something about the last transmission from the colony world New Dawn felt wrong. Lieutenant Maya Ross stood nearby, her arms crossed as she studied the readouts on a nearby screen. Her brow was furrowed. "Captain, the signal from New Dawn stopped 3 hours ago. There's no distress call, nothing. It just ended." Ethan nodded slowly. "We are too far away to ignore it. Prepare the ship for entry into orbit around New Dawn. I want a full scan of the surface. Engineer Lucas Grant, I need a status report on our engines and shields." Lucas, a tall young man with short brown hair, looked up from his station. "Engines are at full capacity, Captain. Shields are operating normally. But I have to say, something about this doesn't feel right." "No signal at all? That's not typical for humans." "Not typical at all," said scientist Nina Brooks quietly. She had been examining the star charts for the best approach route. "The colony should have reported at least routine status. We are arriving too late if there is trouble." Ethan leaned back slightly. "We will see soon enough. Keep focused. Everyone on this crew has done their job well, and we are prepared for anything. But prepare for the worst. I want full safety protocols in place." The Endeavour slipped silently through the orbit of New Dawn. From above, the planet looked peaceful. Blue oceans, green continents, and white clouds drifting lazily in the atmosphere. But when Ethan opened the detailed surface scans, his heart sank. The land was scorched. Cities that once thrived were now ash and rubble. There were no signs of life anywhere. The sensors could detect no human activity, no energy signatures, nothing. Maya's hand hovered over the console as she whispered, "Captain, it's gone. Everyone, they're all gone." Lucas muttered under his breath, "This doesn't make sense. Nothing on the scans matches the reports. Where are they?" Ethan did not answer. His mind raced. Humans had never been able to destroy a colony like this themselves, and no natural disaster could wipe out billions in such a precise and fast way. His fingers tapped the armrest nervously. Nina looked at the captain, her face pale. "The pattern, it looks like weapons fire, high energy, widespread. Whoever did this, they were careful, efficient, and deadly." Ethan's eyes narrowed. "And the Council fleet? They are nearby? Let's see what they have to say." The human crew had learned early that other species in the galaxy treated humans as weak and primitive. Most alien civilizations had long, graceful bodies, minds capable of telepathy, or technology far older than humanity. Humans were the newcomers, and everyone underestimated them. But humans survived where others could not. Earth was harsh, cruel, and dangerous. Humans adapted, evolved, and thrived in spite of it. A message suddenly flashed on the main console. It was from the Galactic Council. "Attention, human vessel. The colony New Dawn has violated the sole law of the stars. All colonists are considered lawbreakers. This act has been punished according to Galactic Code. Depart the system immediately or face council judgment." Ethan's jaw tightened. The sole law had ruled the galaxy for millennia. It was simple and absolute. No species could develop weapons capable of destroying planets. No species could ignore it without consequences. And the council enforced it without question. This is impossible." Ethan said. Humans never built weapons like that. The council must be wrong. Someone is lying. Maya's voice trembled slightly. Captain, the council doesn't make mistakes. They have fleets, precursors, and the guardians. They always enforce the law. If they say humans broke it, they believe it. Ethan stood and walked to the window, looking at the burned planet below. We need evidence. We need proof that we did nothing wrong. And we need to survive long enough to bring it back to Earth. Suddenly, the Council fleet appeared on the sensors. Dozens of massive warships moved in formation, weapons glowing faintly. They had no intention of negotiation. Their orders were clear. Humanity was guilty, and humans must pay. Engage evasive maneuvers, Ethan ordered. We are not giving them an easy target. Lucas, full power to engines. Maya, shields to maximum. Nina, be ready to collect whatever data you can. The Endeavor spun and accelerated, weaving through the blackness of space. The Council fleet opened fire. Bright beams of energy streaked past the human ship. Shields flared and absorbed the first impacts, but Ethan knew the fleet was far stronger than his small vessel. Maya's voice was tense. Captain, they're too many. We can't outrun all of them. Ethan gritted his teeth. We don't have to outrun them. We have to survive long enough to make it back to Earth. Set course for the nearest jump point. We need to report this immediately. Lucas worked furiously at the controls, pushing the engines beyond normal limits. And not by chances. Sparks flew across his console. I don't know if we can make it, Captain. These ships, they're faster than anything we have. Ethan's eyes narrowed. We make it. We always make it. Hours passed in tense silence as the Endeavor raced through space. The Council ships pursued relentlessly. Each time they tried to fire, the humans found ways to dodge and hide in asteroid fields or dark regions of space. The humans' unpredictability surprised the Council. No other species would have taken such risks, and the human crew used it to their advantage. Finally, Nina spoke up. Captain, we are approaching a jump gate. We can escape the Council fleet here. If we make it through, Earth will know what happened. Ethan gave the order. Prepare for jump. All systems, hold steady. We are going home. The ship surged forward, engines glowing as it entered the jump point. In an instant, the blackness of space twisted around them, and then they emerged light years away, near human space. The Council fleet did not follow. The jump point prevented them from entering human-controlled territory. Ethan slumped in his chair. We made it. Maya leaned back, breathing heavily. But New Dawn? It's gone. How do we even begin to explain this? Ethan shook his head. We go to Earth. We report. The Council has made a mistake, and we will correct it. Humanity will not take this quietly. Not ever. Lucas was silent for a moment, then spoke. Captain, if the Council really believes we destroyed New Dawn, they will send more ships. Bigger fleets. They won't stop. Ethan's eyes burned with determination. Let them come. The Council does not understand humans. They think fear controls us. It does not. We survive. We fight. And we will make them understand. Nina's voice was soft but firm. Then we have to prepare. We need to gather the truth, the evidence, and the strength. The Council may have power, but humans have something they will never understand. Determination, survival, unity. Ethan looked out at the stars. Each one felt different now. The galaxy that had seemed so vast and untouchable now felt small, fragile, and full of lies. The council had thought humans were weak. They had thought humans would obey without question. They had been wrong. The Endeavour jumped again, this time safely into orbit around Earth. The planet was familiar. Blue oceans, green forests, and sprawling cities. Yet the humans who watched the stars would never see their home in the same way again. Something had changed. President Adam Wright received the report from Ethan and his crew. He listened carefully, his face calm but unyielding. New Dawn has been destroyed. The council claims humans broke the law, Ethan explained, showing the data collected from the jump. Adam's eyes did not widen. His voice was steady, low, and dangerous. Then the council has made a mistake, he said. They will learn the cost of that mistake. Ethan's heart quickened. Sir, they have fleets, thousands of ships. They control the law that governs the stars. Adam shook his head slowly. Then it is time we teach them that laws are nothing without justice. Prepare the protocol. Activate it immediately. Humanity will answer. And the council will feel what it means to destroy one of us. Maya, Lucas, and Mina exchanged uneasy glances. The humans had survived countless threats, but this was unlike anything they had faced before. Ethan stood beside them, silent for a moment, and then looked at his crew. The galaxy believes we are weak, he said quietly. They believe fear controls us. Let them learn the truth. We are humans. We survive. We fight, and we never forget those who are destroyed by injustice. Outside, the stars burned silently. The council did not yet know it, but the law that had ruled the galaxy for thousands of cycles was about to be shattered, and humanity would not stop. The war room on Earth was quiet but tense. Large screens showed the remains of New Dawn, the destroyed colony, and the council fleet near human space. President Adam Wright stood at the center, hands behind his back, staring at the images. Around him were advisors, scientists, and military officers, but none spoke until he broke the silence. Ethan Cole's report is clear, Adam said. The council believes humans are guilty. That is a lie, but their belief makes them dangerous. We cannot wait. We must act. Lieutenant Commander Maya Ross leaned forward. Sir, what are we going to do? The council fleets are massive. They have weapons beyond anything we've ever faced. Adam shook his head. They may have numbers, Maya, but they do not understand humans. They do not know how we survive. They think we are weak. That mistake will be their downfall. Scientist Nina Brooks adjusted her glasses nervously. Sir, the council fleets are backed by precursor technology. Ancient systems, automated weapons, guardians. These are not easy to defeat. If we retaliate, millions of humans could be lost. Adam's gaze did not waver. And if we do nothing, billions are already lost. New Dawn is gone. That is enough. Humanity cannot accept injustice quietly. We have waited too long. The council believes fear controls us. It does not. Ethan Cole stepped forward. Sir, my crew and I have seen the council fleet. They are relentless. We can't fight them openly. We need something more, something they will not expect. Adam's lips curved slightly. That is why we have prepared. For decades, humanity has feared the council. Yes, but we never trusted them completely. We have built quietly, hidden from their sensors, their spies, their satellites. And now, it is time to use what we have. Lucas Grant, standing beside Ethan, frowned. Hidden? What do you mean, sir? Adam gestured toward a screen that slowly came to life. The image showed enormous ships, dark and angular, unlike anything the Council had ever seen. Humanity has built lawbreakers' ships, massive vessels capable of bypassing any Council system. We have studied the precursor signals, copied their codes, and learned how to shut down the Guardians. Nina's eyes widened. You mean we can deactivate their law enforcement? The soul law, it won't protect them? Adam nodded. Exactly. The Council relies on automated judgment to enforce the law. Their fleets, their stations, their weapons, all are controlled by these systems. If we remove them, they have nothing but their own ships and their fear. And fear is useless against humans who will not back down. Maya shook her head, trying to understand. But sir, if we do this, it's open war. The Council will come for Earth. They will not stop at New Dawn. We could lose everything. Ethan's voice was steady. We survive. We fight. Smart. Oath. And we win because they underestimate us. That is always their mistake. Adam's gaze swept across the room. Humanity has been underestimated for centuries. Other species call Earth primitive. They believe humans are weak because our bodies are fragile, our ships slower, our minds untrained. But they forget one thing. We adapt. We endure. And when cornered, we fight without mercy. Lucas frowned. Sir, when you say fight, you mean attack the Council? Their fleets? Adam's voice was firm. Yes. We will not destroy planets. We will not commit genocide. That is not who we are. But we will strike their military centers, their command stations, their fleets. We will make them pay for New Dawn. We will shatter the sole law that has ruled them, and we will show the galaxy that humans are not weak. Nina's voice was quiet but strong. So the Council believes themselves untouchable. But if we can bypass their guardians, their systems, then they are vulnerable. And they will never see it coming. Ethan nodded. We need a plan. We strike quietly, precisely. We avoid civilian worlds. Our goal is the Council's power, not destruction. But we must move fast. They will not wait. They will send more fleets, more weapons. We need to act before they regroup. Adam turned to a large map of the galaxy. Red dots showed Council bases, fleets, and enforcement stations. Blue dots were human colonies and key jump points. This is the Council's network. Their guardians are strongest near their capital worlds. Their fleets patrol the borders. But there are gaps we have studied for years. That is where our lawbreakers will strike. Maya's eyes narrowed.
And how many ships do we have, sir?
Enough to challenge them? Adam smiled faintly. Enough to surprise them. Enough to show them that humans cannot be controlled by fear. Enough to break the law that has ruled them for thousands of cycles. Nina leaned closer. And what about the people of New Dawn? Can we find survivors? Or at least understand what destroyed them? Ethan shook his head slowly. We cannot change what happened there, but we can ensure it never happens again. We can stop the Council from believing they can destroy humans with impunity. Lucas looked around nervously. Sir, if we do this, if we move our ships, the Council will come for Earth directly. They may try to destroy our cities, our population. Millions could die. Adam's gaze was steady. Yes. That is a risk we accept. But the alternative is worse. Humanity cannot live in fear forever. We cannot let the Council decide our fate. If we do not act, they will destroy every colony they suspect of wrongdoing, and the galaxy will continue to obey their law blindly. That is unacceptable. Ethan exhaled slowly. Then we prepare. We gather the lawbreakers. We ready the crews. And we strike when the moment is right. Maya's voice was calm but determined. Captain, the crews will follow you. We have trained for this. We have adapted. We know what is at stake. We are ready. Nina's eyes were steady. And we have the technology. The Council believes themselves untouchable, but they rely on the same systems we understand. Their guardians, their fleets, their precursors, all vulnerable to human ingenuity. Adam stepped forward. Humanity will not attack blindly. We strike with precision. We show the Council the cost of their arrogance. We make them see that humans are not creatures to be feared or mocked. We are survivors, warriors, and strategists, and the galaxy will remember this day. Ethan nodded. Then we begin. We gather intelligence on the Council's systems, the locations of their fleets and the guardians they rely on. We plan our strike carefully. Every ship, every crew member must be ready. Failure is not an option. If we fail, more worlds will burn. Lucas exhaled, tension clear on his face. It is hard to believe humans have waited this long. All these years, hiding, training, building, and now the Council will pay. Maya placed a hand on Lucas's shoulder. It is not about revenge. It is about survival. They destroyed New Dawn. That is enough reason to fight, and humanity will do it without losing who we are. Ethan's eyes burned with determination. We strike with precision, not cruelty. We will break their systems, dismantle their fleets, and remove the sole law from the galaxy. But we will not become monsters. That is humanity's strength. We fight smart, fast, and united. The Council believes fear controls us. They are wrong. Nina adjusted her equipment. Then we begin preparations. Lawbreakers are ready for deployment. Scientists, engineers, and military crews are standing by. We have rehearsed every maneuver. The Council will not see us coming. Adam's gaze was steady, calm, and filled with authority. Good. Humanity will not be destroyed by lies. We will show the galaxy that we survive. We adapt, we endure. And when the Council realizes what humans can do, it will be too late. Ethan turned to his crew, his voice steady. Prepare your ships. Study the Council signals, the Guardian codes, the fleet movements. We move quietly, strike fast, and survive. This is the beginning of the retaliation. The galaxy will see humans not as weak creatures, but as unstoppable survivors. Maya's voice was firm, and we will not stop. Not until the Council learns the cost of their arrogance. Not until every human colony is safe. Not until the law that destroyed New Dawn is shattered completely. Ethan looked at the stars outside the window. They shone brightly, distant and untouchable. But soon, humans would change that. The galaxy would feel the consequences of underestimating humanity. And when the Council realized that the sole law could no longer protect them, it would be too late. The preparations began in earnest. Lawbreaker ships were fueled, armed, and hidden in deep space. Crews trained relentlessly, running simulations, practicing maneuvers, and learning the weaknesses of the Council's automated systems. Humans had waited for this moment for decades. Now they were ready. And as the first fleet of lawbreakers prepared to depart, Ethan spoke quietly to his crew. The Council believes they control the galaxy with law and fear. They are about to learn that humans are different. We do not obey out of fear. We fight for survival, for justice, and for each other. And when they see us, they will know the truth. We are human. We endure. We survive, and we will not be stopped. The stars outside twinkled, indifferent. But the galaxy was about to change. The humans were ready. The retaliation would begin. The lawbreaker fleet moved silently through the darkness of space. Ethan Cole stood on the bridge of the lead ship, the Endeavor, watching the stars slide past the viewports. Every system, every crew member was prepared. Every human knew the plan. They had trained for this moment for years, but the reality was more intense than any simulation. Maya Raw stood beside Ethan, her eyes fixed on the console showing the Council fleet ahead. "Captain, the first outpost is just ahead. Minimal defenses but heavily monitored. We need to act quickly before their sensors detect us." Ethan nodded. "We do this fast and precise. Lucas, power the stealth systems. Nina, send the code to disable their automated guardians." No mistakes. Lucas worked rapidly, his fingers flying across the controls. "Stealth active, Captain. No external scans can detect us. We are ghosts in their system." Nina's voice was calm but intense. "I am uploading the override codes now. Their guardians will go offline in 60 seconds. After that, they are blind." The human fleet advanced. The Council outpost had once been considered untouchable. Ancient precursors had built it with automated defenses and energy shields that could stop the strongest weapons of most species. But humans did not fight like other species. They relied on adaptability, ingenuity, and unpredictability. "Override complete," Nina announced. "The Guardians are down. You have 10 minutes before backup systems kick in." Ethan nodded. "Then we begin. Maya, lead the boarding party. Lucas, control the ship's weapons for support. Everyone else, stay ready. Move fast, move smart." The boarding pods detached from the Endeavor, moving silently toward the outpost. Humans landed without warning. Council guards, trained to fear nothing, were caught completely off guard. The humans moved with precision, disabling weapons, cutting off communications, and taking control of the command center. Inside, Maya led her team through narrow corridors. Every step was calculated. Every action was precise. The Council soldiers could not understand how humans fought. They expected fear, hesitation, or surrender. But humans had none of that. Ethan remained on the bridge, monitoring the operation. "Maya, status?" he asked. "Control room secured, weapons offline. Energy grids shut down. No Council reinforcements detected yet," Maya reported. "We are clear to send the data back to Earth." Lucas smiled. "Captain, they don't know what hit them. Their systems are offline. Their fleets will not respond in time. Humanity is untouchable when we strike like this." Ethan's eyes hardened. "This is just the beginning. Once the Council sees what we can do, their fear will start. And humans do not fight out of fear. They fight out of survival and justice." The humans continued their strike. Each outpost they approached was carefully studied. Automated defenses fell silently before human intelligence and technology. Council fleets, once considered unbeatable, were now blind and vulnerable. Humans moved faster, smarter, and with complete coordination. The Council leaders watched the events unfold with shock and disbelief. "Impossible!" one commander shouted. "Our guardians, our fleets, they should have stopped them. This is a violation of every law we enforce." Another Council leader looked grim. "The humans have learned our systems. They know the codes. They know the weaknesses. Our fleets are useless. The Soul Law cannot protect us." Back on the human side, Ethan's crew worked relentlessly. The humans did not burn planets. They did not kill civilians. They targeted only military and command centers. The galaxy had expected revenge. It would not get genocide. It would get something far more devastating: the collapse of power. Nina monitored the council communications, her fingers flying across the console. Captain, the council is trying to send reinforcements, but every message is delayed. Their systems are failing. The law that protected them is gone. Ethan's lips pressed into a thin line. Good. That means they are panicking. Their fleets are moving blindly. They are still dangerous, but now we had the advantage. Keep pushing. Maya's voice came over the comms. Captain, boarding operations are complete. All council outposts in this sector are offline. No casualties among our crew. The council will feel this shock soon. Lucas laughed quietly. Captain, they will never believe what happened until it is too late. Their law is shattered, and they don't even understand it yet. Ethan looked at the screens, showing the council fleets in disarray. Ships were firing randomly, attempting to respond to phantom signals. Automated weapons malfunctioned. Guardians stopped operating. The council had relied too much on their technology, and humans had turned it against them. Nina spoke softly. Captain, their main fleet in the neighboring system is moving toward us. They are slow, but heavily armed. If we don't act quickly, they could block our next target. Ethan nodded. Then we lure them. Draw them into a position where they cannot coordinate. Stealth, speed, and unpredictability. That is our advantage. Humans do not follow predictable patterns. They adapt. The humans moved like shadows. Small strike teams disabled communications, cut off reinforcements, and attacked the council fleet in ways that machines could not predict. The council was used to obedience, to calculated actions. Humans were not machines. Humans were chaos, controlled but unpredictable. Ethan watched the tactical screens. Maya, Lucas, Nina, Megu. The council believes their fleets are untouchable. We will show them otherwise. Prepare the secondary wave of attacks. Target their command ships first. Once we cut leadership, the fleets will fall apart. The council command ships were enormous, glowing with energy shields and weapons. But humans had found the blind spots. Boarding pods moved silently, hacking into systems, disabling engines, and cutting power. One by one, the council's command ships went dark. The galaxy had never seen a species move like this. Ships that had dominated civilizations for millennia were powerless against a small fleet of humans who understood their weaknesses. In the council's war room, alarms screamed, red lights flashing. What is happening? Our ships? Our fleets, they are falling without engagement. A council leader shouted. This cannot be. The soul law protects us. Humans cannot defeat us. They are too primitive, another voice whispered in fear. Their methods. They do not fight like any species we know. They do not fear death. They are relentless. They are different. Back on the Endeavor, Ethan gave the order. Deploy the final strike. Target the remaining fleet coordination centers. Disable everything that allows them to rebuild their defenses. No mercy for their systems. Precision only. Civilians are not to be harmed. Maya's voice was tense. Captain, the council fleets are beginning to scatter. Confusion is spreading. We have the advantage now. Humans are unstoppable when coordinated like this. Lucas chuckled quietly. They never saw this coming. They never expected humans to fight like this. They counted on obedience and fear. Humans have neither. They are blind and we are shadows. Nina monitored the last command signals. Captain, the last council control station is offline. Their fleets are in chaos. The law that governed them is broken. Nothing can protect them now. The sole law has been shattered. Ethan felt a deep satisfaction, but he did not celebrate. Good. That is enough for this stage. Regroup the fleet. We will continue the campaign, but carefully. The Council will try to recover, but now they know they are vulnerable. Humans have changed the balance of power. Maya nodded. Captain, the galaxy will never be the same. They have relied on the soul law for millennia. Now it is gone. Humans are not just survivors. We are a force they cannot ignore. Lucas smiled. And they will fear us, not because we killed billions, but because we outsmarted them. We moved faster, smarter, and stronger than they ever imagined. Ethan looked at the stars outside the bridge. This is only the beginning. The Council believed they could destroy humans without consequence. They were wrong. They will remember this day forever. The law they depended on to control the galaxy is gone, and humans are standing stronger than ever. Nina spoke quietly. Captain, the next sectors are still full of Council fleets. They will try to regroup, repair, and strike back. But they do not understand us. They do not understand how humans fight. That is our advantage. Ethan nodded. Exactly, they are powerful, yes, but they are predictable. Humans are not. And that will win this war, not sheer firepower, but determination, strategy, and survival instincts. We fight for every life, every colony, and every injustice. That is why we will win. The fleet moved forward, faster and quieter than any Council sensor could detect. Every strike was precise. Every action was coordinated. Humans had shattered the law, disrupted fleets, and dismantled command centers. The galaxy had never seen a species act like this, and the Council could only watch in horror. Maya turned to Ethan. Captain, this is more than retaliation. This is a warning. The Council will think twice before destroying another human colony. Ethan's voice was calm but firm. Yes, Maya. This is the message. Humans survive, humans adapt. Humans fight, and humanity will never be controlled by fear again. The soul law is gone. The galaxy must learn that humans are a force unlike any other. Outside, the stars remained indifferent, but the humans moving among them had changed everything. The Council fleets would rebuild, but the balance had shifted. The galaxy had learned a harsh truth. Humans are not weak. Humans are relentless, and humans will retaliate mercilessly when threatened. And the first stage of humanity's revenge had only just begun. The galaxy had never seen humans move like this before. Council fleets that once ruled with absolute power were now scattered, confused, and broken. Every planet that had relied on the soul law to remain safe realized that the law was gone. Humans had shattered it, and nothing would ever be the same. Ethan Cole stood on the bridge of the Endeavor, staring at the map of the galaxy. Red dots marked the remaining Council fleets, still scattered, but struggling to regain control. Blue dots marked human-controlled sectors, colonies, and jump points. Every system humans touched now had an advantage, and the Council had no idea what would come next. Captain, the Council is attempting to send envoys to negotiate, Lieutenant Maya Ross said, her voice tense. They are asking for ceasefires in some sectors, trying to regroup their fleets and command centers. Ethan's jaw tightened. Let them try. Humans do not negotiate from fear. We act from strength and purpose. If they want peace, they will learn it on our terms. Nina Brooks leaned over the console. Captain, the lawbreakers have disabled over 70% of Council command systems. They cannot coordinate even if they wanted to. Their fleets are moving blindly, and their officers are panicking. Lucas Grant smiled quietly. Captain, they have underestimated humans for centuries. Now they are paying the price. Every move they make is slower than ours. Every decision is too late. Ethan nodded. Good. Begin the final operations, target command hubs and fleet coordination systems only. Civilian worlds remain untouched. Humanity will strike decisively, but we will not become monsters. Precision, not cruelty, is our rule. The human fleet moved like shadows across the galaxy. Every strike was swift, efficient, and calculated. Boarding parties disabled Council ships without unnecessary destruction. Guardians and automated defenses were deactivated with human intelligence, not brute force. The Council had relied on fear and rules, but humans relied on adaptability and determination. In a Council war room, alarms screamed. Council leaders shouted at each other, "How is this happening? Our fleets are collapsing and the law is failing." One older leader whispered in fear, "They know the systems. They control the Guardians. They are unstoppable." Another shouted, "We must call for reinforcements from the outer colonies." But it was too late. Human lawbreakers moved faster than the Council could react. Each command center disabled left the remaining fleets directionless. Council ships fired blindly at shadows, wasting energy and causing chaos within their own ranks. On the Endeavor, Ethan's eyes were calm but sharp. "Maya, how are the boarding teams?" "All teams report success, Captain. No casualties, no errors. Humans are moving like a single organism." "The Council has no idea how we operate," she replied. Lucas added, "Captain, the Council will never recover control. Their fleets are scattered, their command centers offline, their law broken. They cannot enforce anything now. Humanity has rewritten the rules of this galaxy." Nina spoke softly, almost in awe. The galaxy believed in the soul law for thousands of cycles. They thought it was eternal. But humans proved it was not. Ethan nodded slowly. "Yes. And now it is time to show the Council that humans are not creatures to be destroyed. They will feel the consequences of their arrogance, but they will also see mercy. Mercy. That is the difference. Humans fight to survive, not to destroy." The final phase of the operation began. Human fleets surrounded the Council capital systems. Command ships that once ruled dozens of sectors now drifted powerless. Boarding teams moved quickly, taking control of the ships and disabling weapons. The Council leadership attempted to resist, but humans had already disabled their communications and defenses. Maya led a boarding team onto the largest Council flagship. The corridors were vast, filled with silent machinery and automated security systems. Every weapon they tried to use had been neutralized by Nina's override codes. Humans moved swiftly, disabling engines, control systems, and weapon platforms. Within hours, the flagship was completely under human control. Ethan contacted the Council leadership through secure channels. His voice was calm, even as it carried authority. "This is Captain Ethan Cole of the Human Fleet. The sole law of the stars has been shattered. Your fleets are powerless. Your command centers are under human control. Humanity will no longer accept injustice or destruction of our colonies." There was silence on the other side. Then one Council leader spoke, trembling. We did not expect this. Humans, we believed you weak, that our law protected us. We surrender." Ethan's eyes were steady. "Surrender is wise. Humanity does not kill for vengeance. We destroy the systems that allow oppression, not the lives of innocents. Your fleets are disabled. You will dismantle the Council's hierarchy and work with humans to establish fair governance." If you refuse, your fleets will remain disabled indefinitely. Maya watched as the council representatives hesitated. Captain, they may try to resist internally. Their fleets are in chaos, but their species is large. What if they fight back? Ethan shook his head. They are leaders. Without the law and without their command centers, their species cannot organize. Humanity does not need to fight every soldier. We need to remove the systems that allow tyranny. That is what we have done, and that is what will protect us. Nina added, Captain, the Council communication networks are offline galaxy-wide. Their law is gone. They cannot enforce anything. This is the first time in history that no species controls another by law alone. Humans are the reason it is possible. Lucas spoke quietly, with a small smile. The galaxy is watching, Captain. Every species knows now that humans cannot be underestimated. That alone is victory. Ethan nodded. Victory is only meaningful if it leads to change. We will not stop at retaliation. Humanity's purpose is now clear. The council was broken, but the galaxy still needs order. We will help establish it, not with fear, not with laws enforced by machines, but with fairness and shared responsibility. Maya's eyes shone. So humans are not rulers. We are protectors? Ethan smiled faintly. Yes, protectors, not tyrants. The council destroyed New Dawn. That is why we struck. We showed the galaxy that humans survive, adapt, and fight. But our victory is not to dominate. It is to prevent such injustice from happening again. The fleet moved through the Council's capital systems. Humans deactivated weapons platforms, disabled control systems, and secured strategic locations. Civilian populations were untouched. Humans did not destroy cities or worlds. Instead, they dismantled the infrastructure of oppression. Nina watched the data flow. Captain, the Council fleets are reporting zero response. They cannot operate without the systems humans have disabled. Even their reinforcements are delayed or lost. We have complete control of the operational grid. Ethan's gaze was steady. Good. That is enough for now. Regroup the fleet. Ensure all ships are accounted for. Humans have sent a clear message. The sole law of the stars no longer protects tyranny. The Council will rebuild, but they will do so under new rules. Rules we help set. Maya turned to him. Captain, the galaxy will remember this. Humans will be known not just for survival, but for the day we shattered the law that controlled all others. Lucas added, and for the first time in millennia, every species will know that humans cannot be controlled by fear. Ethan nodded. Yes, humanity survives. Humanity adapts. Humanity protects. That is why we will win not only battles but trust. The galaxy will see that humans fight for justice, not revenge. That is our power. The fleet returned to Earth space carrying news of their success. Every human colony, every outpost received the report. The galaxy had changed forever. No longer would any species assume humans were weak. The Council had learned a harsh truth. Humans fight with intelligence, courage, and relentless determination. On Earth, President Adam Wright addressed the human population. His voice was calm, strong, and filled with authority. Citizens of Earth, the Council attacked New Dawn. They destroyed our colonies without cause. Humanity has retaliated. We have shattered the law that allowed this injustice to exist. The galaxy will now know that humans are not to be destroyed. Our people are safe. Our colonies are protected, and the future is ours to shape. But we will not become tyrants. We will lead with fairness, justice, and strength. Ethan, Maya, Lucas, and Nina stood together watching the planet below. Cities glowed with life, humanity thriving despite the galaxy's challenges. The stars outside were the same as before, indifferent and cold. But humanity had changed them. The galaxy had changed, and humans had ensured they would never again be underestimated. Maya spoke softly. "Captain, what now?" Ethan's voice was calm but firm. "Now we ensure peace. We help the galaxy rebuild, not with fear, but with trust. We show every species that justice is stronger than law, and humanity is the force that ensures it." Lucas smiled. "The Council will never forget this day. The galaxy will never forget humans." Nina nodded. "And the future of every colony, every species, will be safer because humans acted. Not out of anger, but out of purpose." Ethan looked at the stars. "The sole law of the stars is gone. Humanity will never forget what that law cost, and we will never allow any species to rule through fear again. We fight, we survive, and we endure. That is humanity." The stars stretched across the sky, vast and endless, but humans had left their mark on the galaxy. They had shattered the chains of law that allowed tyranny. They had protected the innocent. They had fought with precision, intelligence, and mercy, and humanity would continue to watch the stars, not as victims, but as guardians. The galaxy had learned a hard lesson. Humans are not weak. Humans survive. Humans fight. And humanity would never be broken.